Hello friends, in my last video I said that I had rented a new house in north of Leicester and I fully furnished it nicely and I started living there happily. It was a very clean house and just prepared it for my family to join me. So I furnished it fully and it was nearly after 2 months I received a letter from BBC London that they were going to do a program about Uganda Asians and they wanted me to take part in the program because I was already one of the spokesmen in Yugoslavia and they had so many clips about uh, people of Uganda, including some of my clips as well. So I don't know how they contact me, but I accepted the invitation and I went to London. The name of the program was Men Alive. It was in 1971. This program was chaired by late Desmond Wilcox, husband of Esther Ransten. There are quite many people in the panel. Home Secretary Reginald Moulding, MP, David Still, MP, and few other in the panel. And there are quite many people in the audience as well. And first of all, before the program, they showed the clips of Uganda Asians, what they were doing in Uganda and what sort of problems they were facing. And they also showed some of our clips in Yugoslavia, which was very good. And I was among in the clip in the film as well. And they interviewed me and then I explained the situation again and I presented my case very, very strongly that I left my family in Uganda, my wife, 10 days old girl, my father and my brother. They were still in Uganda and I desperately wanted them to join me. And the Home Secretary and David Still, they assured me that my family in Uganda will be contacted as soon as possible and the visa will be issued to them to join me in UK. So that was very good gesture from the panel. Well, I was still working on the buses and I said earlier my salary was only £10 a week and I was doing the double the shift just to get some extra money. And I was eating alternate days. I used to eat one day, the next day I don't eat, the next day I eat like this. So I was trying to save money. So it was very, very hard life. And while Mr. Enoch Powell, he was busy doing his speeches against immigrations and he was trying to incite all the right-wing parties and all the skinheads, not to allow Uganda Asians to come into Britain. So I had to face lots of problem, even on the buses as well. So I was really fed up. It was a hard job and I didn't want any problems. So I just left the job. And I joined Royal Mail as a postman. They promised me that they would take me on the counter job. But due to that promise, and they told me that I had to start my job right from the bottom tier till I progress further. So I started with a postman and I had to wake up very, very early in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, go to the sorting office, sort out all the letters, and we had to put all the letters in the bag and you go to weigh 20 kg and then you have to carry it on your back, which was really, really tough. And I was so thin, I hardly could carry that bag, but still I had no job, I had to do it, And I was given some routes which was quite away from city center and all the houses were quite far. And again, that job required a lot of stamina, lots of walking. And another problem was there, as the houses were scattered, we had so many problems about dogs. And the dogs, some of them were not friendly. And I had the dog even beat me twice while delivering the letter in the post. When I put my letter in the letter box, and the dog used to bite me. So, like that, one day the dog was sitting right in the middle of the cul-de-sac area, and as I approached that dog, he chased me like anything. It was so windy, and I dropped all my letters, and the letters started flying, and I ran after the letter, and the dog ran after me. So it was a big problem. And then I collected some of the letter, and I don't know, some of the letter was still left there. I went to the post office, reported to my inspector that this is the problem I'm facing. So he immediately said, this job is no good to you. So he sacked me straight away, you see. He sacked me, and also I had to sign this declaration form, and he sacked me, and I was jobless. I said, now what to do? So I approached principal of Charleskin College, adult education college, and I said, look, I'm a musician. I would like to start evening classes if it's possible. Then it was something new for them. He said, yeah, why not? You start the class. So I started doing my vocal harmonium teaching classes in the evening for adults only. And I advertised that those who want to learn harmonium and singing should bring their own instrument and come to my class, and I'll be teaching them. So it was a once a week class, only 2 hours session, which wasn't bad, but the money wasn't good, but still I wanted to pass my time. And then opportunity came for me from the overseas film distributors. They were looking for artists who could do big banners for the cinema. So I was interested because I was already doing painting before. So I did some of my jobs, showed them, and they said, okay, you can start the job. So I started work as an artist as well, part-time. This was only weekend job. And I had to do billboards for 3 cinemas: Liberty Cinema, Anand Cinema, and Natraj Cinema in Leicester. And there was another artist with me. He was Kafait, very good artist again. So we both used to work and try to finish 3 billboards during weekends. And our workshop was in Liberty Cinema near Marketplace. It was a 4th floor building. The first floor was cinema hall. Second floor was projection room. Third floor was like a storage area where you could do all the paintings and everything. And on the cellar, there was a cellar. They used to keep all the rubbish and all the dungeons. One night, we were painting, and it was after midnight. And there was nobody in the cinema apart from both of us. And I started listening to the piano, somebody playing piano. And my friend was also stopped painting. He said, Ramnik, somebody is playing piano. And we stopped painting, and we listened it carefully. Somebody still playing piano. So we wanted to know where the sound was coming from. So we stopped the painting, we had a torch, we went down the stairs on the bottom floor. And as we coming on the bottom floor, the piano stopped. Then we waited there. Then the piano started again, till we reached to the source of the piano, where the sound was coming. And when we went near the cellar door downstairs, and the sound was coming from there, and we pointed our torch right on the piano, and what we saw was surprising. There were a few big rats running over the keys. Running over the keys, which really made us frightened like anything. And we prayed to the God. I said, God, please help us. We are artists. We have not come to harm anybody. We have just come to earn our living. So please help us. But when we saw the rats, we were so surprised. And then we went upstairs, had a cup of tea, and we just enjoyed our tea upstairs. And we were thinking, what a miracle where we saw this. So, my story, I'll finish my story here, and then I'm going to carry on my next story. Hope you will enjoy my story. Thank you very much. Bye bye.